Good morning, students. I hope you all fine and fit as a fiddle. Today we are going to learn new topic, new poem, third unit. Okay, third unit on killing a tree. Already I have completed 2 units, prose and poem, supplementary also. So this third unit poem, it is a memory poem. You need to learn first 2 stanzas. Clear? What's the topic? On killing a tree. You can understand from the title itself. Then cutting down the tree, deforestation. Then who's the author of this? G. Patel. Okay, G. Patel is the author of this poem. All of you take your book and take page number 76. Let's take a look at the author G. Patel. Okay, Dr. G. Patel. Yeah, Dr. G. Patel is one of the prominent Indian poets. Prominent meaning important. Clear? He is one of the important Indian poets. He writes poem a lot. Okay. His famous works include Evening, Forensic Medicine and From Bombay Central. These are his famous work. Okay, he wrote many poems. In that, his famous works are Evening, Forensic Medicine and From Bombay Central. He has also penned 3 plays. Plays means a drama. Okay, he also written 3 plays. Okay, 3 drama. Penned meanings written. Then he has been conducting a poetry workshop in Rishi Valley School for more than a decade. Decade means a decade refers 10 years, 2 decade 20 years, 3 decade 30 years. Clear? That is what decade. So here for a decade he was conducting a poetry workshop where in Rishi Valley School for more than a decade, more than 10 years. Clear? This poem is taken from his poetry collection Poems published in 1966. Yes, this poem, this poem on killing tree is taken from, he has published a book, collection of poems. Okay, that book called Collection of Poem. From that, this poem is taken on killing a piece only we are going to learn today. Clear? When this poem written? 1966. Okay. So, in those days, he talked about, in this poem, he talked about how the people killing a tree. Killing a tree is equal to killing a human. Okay. So those days it's very difficult to cut down a tree. Nowadays it's not like that. Here invented a lot of machines. Within 5 minutes we can cut down a tree. Right? We can chop it into pieces. But 1966, in those days, it was a big deal, cutting down a big tree. Okay, it takes 2-3 days. People chop and with the axe, all these small tools, with the use of these tools, they were cutting a tree. Okay, that is what. So read this about the author. Read this. Then look at the glossary part. Jab. What's the meaning of jab? To poke or thrust abruptly, quickly, with a short, quick blow or quick blow. Yes, jab means, see, we cannot cut down a tree with a single blow or simple cut. Jab means poke or a small strike. With that we cannot cut down a big tree. Right? That is what. Crust means the brown hard outer portion or surface. Crust means surface of the land, surface of the soil. It's very hard, right? That is. Then leprous. Here leprous covered with the scales. See, you must have seen this. The big tree's trunk, it covered with a rough bark, right? That is rough. It is uneven. Right? It's very hard and uneven. That is leprous. covered with the scales. Scales means discolored bark here means. Clear? Then hide the strong thick outer skin. Hide means the trunk part. Usually the tree's outer part is very hard, right? That is what hide. Don't take the verb hide means, yeah, we hide behind the bush. Not that mean. Here it's a hard thick part of thick layer, outer layer of the tree. Clear? Then miniature. Miniature means very small branches, very small. Okay, you need to learn this glossary, all this vocabulary. Please read about this author. Keep a just point in your mind. Then shall we take a look at the poem? Let's see specific. Here on killing a tree. Who's the author of this poem? G. Patel. Please learn the spelling of the author. Don't commit a mistake in that. G. Patel is the pronunciation. Okay, G. Patel. Then here, if you look at the textbook, you could see the picture, both corner, both sides. Okay. The shadow of a tree is given. Then branches, small branches, leaves. Could you see that? Yeah. Then usually in those days, cut down tree was big deal. Okay, it takes 2-3 days to cut down tree. But nowadays it's not like that. Okay, within 5 minutes they can cut it and chop it into pieces. But this is not enough to kill a tree. That's what I'm saying about this. Okay, here as warm up is given some questions. So please read that. Then first 2 stanzas are memory poem. Need to learn that. Okay. Then I'm going to read the poem. Please read along with me silently. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. Yes, this author, who? G. Patel. He's telling 1966. Okay, he's telling simply a small blow, small cut, a single cut itself. That is jab. Okay, simple strike itself cannot kill a tree. Okay, that is what. It takes much time to kill a tree, not a jab of the knife will do it. A small knife or small tool, sharp tool, a single cut is, we cannot cut down a tree, we cannot kill a tree. Then it has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust. See here, this tree, actually we have a common idea about the tree, right? How does it from under the surface, it slowly come out. Okay, it come out, rising out of the earth. How does it? All its roots connected in the soil, the ground. This root is the main soul of the tree, right? Because with the root only, like a heart. See, for human being, if our heart stops functioning, we die. Similarly, this root, if we pull out a tree with its root, definitely it die. There is no other way to grow or sprout. Clear? So this root only absorbing the nutrients, water, everything under the ground. So with this only the tree is growing up. Okay. So here the poet says it has grown slowly. A tree never grows overnight or 2-3 days. Never. It never grows its full size. It takes a long, countless years, right? Yeah, consuming the earth, it take all the nutrients from the earth, soil, under the ground, then on the surface also. Rising out of it, slowly it comes out, rising out. Feeding upon its crust, absorbing year of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous height sprouting leaves. See, A tree, how does it grow? Definitely the sunlight, air, water, these are vital, very important, very essential, right? Without this cannot live a tree. See, without this tree also, we people, human, I mean living things cannot live, because this tree, this plants only providing food to us. Lot of energies we are getting from this, what a lot of sources also getting from the tree, right? So this tree slowly it comes out. How does it come out? Yeah, it observes countless years, it's observing sunlight, air, water. With that only it slowly grows. It never grow its full size within 2 days or 3 days or over a night. It takes long years, countless years. Fine. That is what says rising out, feeding, absorbing all the nutrients from the land and years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide. Here leprous, actually leprosy is a kind of disease. You might have heard, I hope so. It is a skin disease. A human, when he affected with leprosy, our skin, it become very hard and white in color. Our skin also become uneven, very thick and hard. Similarly, this tree, leprous hide is bark. That big trees, have you noticed the trunk of the big trees? It's very hard trunk part, outer layer of the bark is very hard. It is uneven. If you touch the trunk or touch the branches of the tree, it's very hard and it's not polished. Then it's uneven, right? Yeah, like that on leprous hide, leprous uneven bark, sprouting leaves. From this, leaves and branches sprout out. So it grows. Like that it reach a big tree, right? It's full height. That is what says. Clear? One stanza. Let me read, please. Understand this. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide sprouting leaves. Clear? If you look at this shadow of the shadow picture of this tree, yeah, from this thick bark only small branches sprout out, right? Twigs, leaves, all this. So I hope you got the first stanza. The next, move to next stanza. So hack and chop. Hack means cut the tree, and chop, cut into pieces. Okay, so hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. Yes, simply to kill a tree. See, for example, if we cut our body parts, any part of our body, hand or somewhere, knife, unknowingly something happened. Immediately do we die? No, blood will ooze. Then over a period it heal automatically, right? We don't die. Same like that only this tree also. Simply cutting and chopping into pieces, we cannot kill a tree. Okay, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. See, not so much pain. In those days, 1966, I told you, the people take 2-3 days, long days to cut down a tree with the small tools. They chop, cut into pieces, everything, right? It takes much pain, much effort to cut down. It's not easy. It's not piece of cake, right? Yeah. The bleeding bark. See, this is metaphor. What is the difference between simile and metaphor? Simile, direct comparison. Metaphor is indirect comparison. Okay, here leprous hide also like that only. Leprous hide, leprous, this disease affect for human, I mean people, right? Same he compared with this tree, leprous bark, that uneven its bark, that is like that bleeding bark. If we cut our finger or blood will ooze. Like here also, if we cut, what is here, instead of blood, that sap will ooze, right? Come on. But from that, new branch, new twigs sprout out. Okay. Yes, bleeding bark will heal and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs miniature bough which if unchecked will expand again from former size. Yes, here what the pointer says, cutting down a tree is not a big we cannot predict it's a those days. Now it's a very cool, isn't it? Within minute we can, but olden days not like that. Takes time. But if we simply cut or chop itself, we cannot kill a tree. Why? Because from that we can see that sprout, and if we don't bother it, if we don't cut again, definitely over a period it become a big size, former size, big tree. Okay, so it grow, it never die. What is the soul of the tree? That root is tangled in the land, right? Yeah, earth. So that is what the poet says. Simply cutting down, we cannot kill a tree. Okay, yeah, it is sprout from that bleeding bark. Clear this miniature bough, small boughs, twigs come out and it grow. Then next stand, let me read again. So hack and chop, cut and cut into pieces, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark, that sap, okay, will heal. Yeah, definitely that will heal this wound. Then slowly it sprout. Next, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs. Yes, all these small twigs sprout out and grow. Miniature boughs, which if unchecked will expand again to form a size. If we don't touch that, if we don't disturb that, if we don't cut it again, definitely it grow and over a period it become same that level. Okay, big tree. Clear? These two stanzas you need to learn. It is a memory poem. Okay, please write it 2-3 times. Then, no, the poet says no. The root is to be pulled out. Yeah, how can we kill a tree? We need to pull out the what? Root. That is important. One of the anchoring earth. See, anchoring earth. Here, this root, it tangled, it deeply connected in the soil. Okay, if we pull out, then only we can kill a tree. Yeah, it is to be a rope. Those days they tie a rope for the cut down, then the trunk they tie rope and they pull it. Then only we can take out, uproot the tree. Then tied and pulled out, snapped out. Snapped out means chopped. Okay. Or pulled out. See, pulled out again. Twice it is repeated. It is a repetition. Okay. Then entirely out from the earth cave. Earth cave means, see, you might noticed when we cut down a tree and pull it, that ground we can see the pit. Cave here means pit. Okay. That pit will be there because that much root tangled on this earth. Okay. That is, and the strength of the tree exposed. Yeah, now we could see when we uproot, we can see the what is strength of the tree. What is the strength of the tree? The root only. Clear? Then what do? The source white and wet. Under the ground, the root looks white in color and wet. It absorbs water, right? All the nutrients. So deep into the earth, and most sensitive part also hidden in the ground for years inside the earth. Yes, this tree's heart is this root. This only years, several years, countless years hidden under the ground, and it what is absorbed all the water and nutrients. This firmness, out of this firmness only we could see the tree standing, right? So if we pull it out, we could see that it's the root, it's white and wet. Have you noticed all these things? That is what say. We could see the pit also. The root is to be pulled out, one of the anchoring earth, holding firmly the earth, is to be roped, tied and pulled out. Those days they tied with your rope and pull it out, snapped, then they cut into pieces or pulled out entirely, completely out from the earth cave, pit. And the strength of the tree exposed, the source white and wet, the most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. Clear? Read that. Then next stanza. Then the matter of scorching and choking in sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. Yes, then what do? They pulled it out. Then they let it dry under this scorching sunlight, heat, hot. When out of this heat, this root, it got dry and died. Okay, withered. It hardened. First it changed the color, brown, turned into brown, then hardened, then dry, finally died. Okay, so then this is what the matter of scorching and choking. See, we human also, our soul is very important, right? We were struggling for breathing. Fish, if we take it out of water, what does it happen? It die, it jump, it choke, it needs to go water, then only can live, right? Or else what will happen? Similarly, same like that only, we human being also, tree also. So cutting down a tree is equal to killing a human, right? Yeah, so if we take it out, it is choking, it is struggling to get air. Then what do the people do? We let it dry. If a tree doesn't get water or that salt root under the ground, it definitely died, right? Like that, it is scorching and choking the sun, air, brown. Yeah, it needs air, sun, water, everything. Without getting all these things, can a tree live? No way, right? It definitely die. Like a fish, if doesn't get water, definitely it die. We human being also, when we get suffocation or disease, we are in need of breath, or else we die, right? Like that. We are slowly killing a tree. That's what the poet says. Then the matter of scorching and choking, the sun, air, browning, hardening, it is struggling a lot to get water, air, all these things. Then slowly it dry. Okay, it change the colors and it become hard and twisting. After dryness, it started to shrink, right? Then withered, dried, and then it is done. And finally, it died. This is what the way of killing tree. This is what we are doing. See, of course, the poet is telling we have no rights to cut down a tree. We are living here. Same rights, these plants also have to live in this earth. It has equal rights like us. Without tree, can we live? So please avoid cutting down tree. That message he says. Then we may think simply a single cut or chopping all the branches is enough to kill a tree. No, not like that. We need to uproot the tree. Then only it will die, or else it grows. Clear? I hope you got this poem. Please read it 2-3 times and learn first 2 stanzas. Okay. Then one exercise is given. Please flip page number 77. If you understand the main theme of this poem, you can do this. Based on the understanding of the poem, write down the summary of the poem by filling in the blanks. Yeah, please try. Please give a shot. The poet explains the process of dash. What does he explain? Process of killing a tree. Okay, write it down. Killing a tree. A lot of work has to be done in order to what? It is not easy to kill a tree, right? A lot of processes are there. One by one we have to do. right? Kill a tree, in order to kill a tree. Completely, entirely. It cannot be accomplished by merely cutting it with, yes, accomplished meaning achieved, by merely cutting it with a knife. Yes, with the simply cutting with a knife we cannot kill a tree. Definitely it is sprout and grow like the former size, same size. The tree has grown strong with the help of dash. Yes, what are the things very vital? Water, sunlight, air, these are the things. Okay, sunlight, air and water for countless years, not 1 or 2 days. It's countless years it observe all these things. Okay, then even the dash, what is even the bleeding bark? It is metaphor. Okay, bleeding bark. Yeah, bleeding bark means that sap. Okay, sap of the tree gives rise to what? Rise to another twigs, right? Twigs and boughs. Twigs and small branches. It's a sprout out. Twigs and boughs. The bottom of the tree sprout. Bottom of the tree sprout new twigs and what? Leaves. In a short period, they grow into a new tree. Yeah, definitely in a short span it will grow into a new tree. So, to kill the tree completely, one should take out its root completely from the soil. Yeah, by killing, we need to uproot, then only we can kill a tree completely, entirely. Then they should be exposed sun and air. Only then the tree will be completely killed. This is the process of killing a tree those days. What is 1966, they took this much effort. Nowadays it's very simple. Within a short span they can chop it with the machines and they can uproot everything. Okay, JCP, lot of tools are there. So I hope you understand this theme of this poem. Please read the poem several times and learn first 2 stanzas and write that 2-3 times. Give importance for punctuation. It is a free verse. Okay, they didn't follow any rhyme scheme or rhyming words and all. So please learn it. Don't pile up your work. Do it as regularly as possible. Meet you in the next class. Thank you.